Right folks, welcome back. Celtic are finally back. We're back. It's time for another starting 11 prediction, this time for Saturday's game against Ross County. Before we get started on Saturday's game, in case you missed the video from a couple of days ago, we are doing the Celtic sleep out on the 16th of November at Celtic Park to raise money for the wonderful work done by the Celtic FC Foundation. If you can donate anything, £1, £2, a £5, whatever you can spare, you can click the link below. I'll put it in the description. It will take you to the Celtic Fans TV Just Giving page, and whatever you can donate would be absolutely amazing. To the game on Saturday then, we come into this one, obviously no wins from our last two, with the defeat at Livingston before the international break, and then the draw at Hibs before that. So coming into this one, we need a win, we need a good performance from everybody. Ross County have a decent start to their season, coming up for the Championship. They're sitting 5th with 12 points for their first 8 games, so that's not a bad start by their standards. At home though, I expect us to get back on the horse with a comfortable win, and as I said, I want to see a really good performance on Saturday. We'll start in goals. It will be Fraser Foster. I didn't think he played very well against Livingston. Obviously doesn't cover himself in glory for the second goal, but I don't think there's any danger of him not starting on Saturday. Right back, El Ahmed, I expect him to play. He's been away with Israel. I think Bauer struggled a bit against Livingston before the break. Again, not a game that any of the team played well in, but I do expect El Ahmed to come back in. I think he's been really impressive since he arrived, and having seen a bit more of Bauer now, it seems like he's got a lot of energy. He does get forward, but I don't think he's as productive in an attacking sense as El Ahmed can be, so I expect it to be El Ahmed at right back. Centre half, Julian and Aya. That partnership, they were both roughed up by Lyndon Dykes at Livingston. Neither of them cover themselves in glory. Aya, who's having a little sticky bit of form, obviously loses the ball in the middle of the pitch for the first goal. That's a few mistakes he's had in the last 4 to 6 weeks. Just some bad form though. I expect him to come through it. It's natural, that happens. The players are all human beings after all. Julian as well, it was really strange to see him get involved in some stupid niggly stuff that he really shouldn't. He should just have let it go against Livingston, but he seemed to be getting involved in everything, and late on in the game he was throwing himself about. So I want to see a much more assured performance for them, but I fully expect them to start together at centre half. Left back, Bolingoli. I don't think we're going to see Greg Taylor yet. I think Bolingoli will continue. We have obviously got a lot of games coming up, the same as the last little stage before the international break in November. We're going to have a lot of games. We've got big games in the Europa League coming up, so there will be opportunities for Neil Lennon to rotate the team. It was something that a lot of people said off the back of the Livingston game, that he maybe didn't rotate enough and give some guys a rest, but I expect Bolingoli to start. In the midfield, again, really poor at Livingston. I expect Brown and McGregor to continue. I thought Scott Brown, if you look at the first goal, he's out with Stephen Lawless in the left back area. He's kind of having to fill in because Ayers lost the ball up the park. There's not enough pressure on the ball, when it comes into Robbie Crawford in the centre either. So we need the midfield to be a lot better than they were against Livingston. I do expect to be Brown and McGregor. McGregor again, he's been away with Scotland, he's played both games, but I don't expect him to get a rest because in front of them Ryan Christie is obviously suspended after that really poor tackle against Livingston. So I expect it to be Cham that will come in front of them. It could be Tom Rogic. It's maybe a good game to give Tom Rogic a start and try and get his sharpness back up from his long injury layoff. But I expect it to be Cham because Neil Lennon really likes to get Cham in the team, and he's played relatively well this season. So I expect it to be Brown, McGregor and Cham. I hope to see Rogic at some point in the game, and I absolutely wouldn't be surprised if he starts. Right hand side, James Forrest, only played 1 out of the 2 Scotland games, the second one against San Marino. Fully expect him to start on the right hand side. And on the left hand side, I don't think Mikey Johnson is going to be back yet. He's a player who I think we've missed a little bit. I expect it to be good competition between him and El Yunusi going forward this season. We've now seen El Yunusi 3, 4, 5 occasions. I thought if anybody looked like making something happen against Livingston, it was El Yunusi. So I'm going to go with him for this one. On the left hand side, again at home, hopefully he can bring a similar performance to the one we've seen against Cluj. Obviously, maybe won't have as much defensive responsibility, but expect the same work rate, and hopefully he can bring some quality as well. And up top, it's the main man, Odsonne Edouard, off the back of another spectacular performance for the France under-21s. I think he's got 9 goals in just 4 appearances for them now. So he's definitely in brilliant form. Every time he goes away with his international team, he's banging goals in. That's really good for us in one hand, but on the other hand it's not, because he's putting himself on a platform and everybody's talking about him, so there's going to be interest. We see him getting linked with clubs already, thinking towards January. It's only October. People are already talking about him, linking him with moves and stuff, but he's in great form. I fully expect him to start up top. I think we've seen it against Livingston as well, when we turned to Bio, tried to play very direct. It didn't really work for us. That is something, despite the fact that I've been pretty positive about Bio. I think he is a bit raw. He's still got a lot to work on, a lot to add to his game, and with Griffiths, his injury problems since he's came back into the team, I think it's probably something we need to look at adding in January. But Edouard in this form up top, absolutely brilliant. That's the team I'm going with. Like the video, comment with your own thoughts below. Let us know who you think will start. Do you think it will be El-Younousi on the left hand side? Who do you expect to start at right back? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're coming up for 20,000 now. The quicker we can get there, the better. It'd be absolutely amazing. That'd be a massive milestone for us. We wanted to get there before Christmas. We're well on course to do that coming into November, so that's amazing. Thank you so much for all your support, and don't forget, if you can, please donate to the Celtic Fans TV Just Giving page for the sleep out on the 16th of November at Celtic Park to help us support the great work the Celtic FC Foundation does. That's it. We'll see you on Saturday after the game for all the post-match content. Thank you.